Good evening, everyone. This is my informative speech about the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama, and it's entitled Pride and Prejudice. What gives me the greatest hope of all is not the stone and marble that surrounds us today, but what fills the spaces in between. It is you, Americans of every race and region and station, who came here because you believe in what this country can be and because you want to help us get there. These were the words of an aspiring young American president made on the day of his inauguration. Not Jane Austen's story. A story by any other name may not be the same story. Pride and Prejudice. If you remember your literary history, Jane Austen wrote a book by this name. This is kind of my take on a Rose by Any Other Name. This is not a synopsis of that book written in 1813, and there are probably no love stories to be told here. You will hear several times that this is not a political diatribe, so stay with me until the end. A short photo journal. That was the transition of power. This photo is the swearing-in ceremony. Let us not forget the past. Former presidents Jimmy Carter, H.W. Bush, Clinton, and George Bush, as well as current Vice President Joe Biden, looks on. Growing up in America. There are certain things which happen in life that defy the imagination. I wouldn't say that I was poor or underprivileged or that I missed out on much of the adventures of the average child. Growing up as I did, I never dreamed of or gave much thought to the idea that a black man could or would ever be the President of the United States. Before January 17, 2009, if I can only imagine, this would have been my theme song. Who is Barack Obama? He was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, USA on August 4, 1961. The name Barack means one who is blessed in Swahili. He was educated at Columbia University with the BA in 1983 and Harvard University with the JD in 1991. He is married to Michelle Robertson Obama in 1991, and he has 2 children, Natasha and Malia Ann Obama. It's not all about politics. Whether you agree with his politics or not, you must admire that there is something truly profound about a man who can rally 132 million Americans for and against to get off their duffs and participate in a process. In 2008, 62.3% of all registered voters showed up to the polls and stood in long lines. And there's something to be said about getting 1.8 million people in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration. The infamous birth certificate, the source of the controversy during the election. If you recall, there were fractions who claimed during the election that Barack Obama was not a United States citizen. If he had not been, he would have been constitutionally ineligible to run for the office. They demanded production of this birth certificate. Once elected, the White House released a copy of this birth certificate. Did you know? In 1992 to 2004, he practiced civil rights law and taught constitutional law at the University of Chicago. 1995, he published his autobiography, Dreams from My Father. 2006, he won a Grammy for Best Spoken Word Album for his readings, Dream from My Father. February 10th, 2008, he won his 2nd Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word Album for the audio version of this book, The Audacity of Hope. Thoughts on reclaiming the American dream. Former Presidents Bill Clinton and Jimmy Carter were also nominated for this same award. November 4th, 2008, he was elected President of the United States with an estimated 66 6.7 million popular votes and 365 electoral votes. December 17th, 2008, he was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year. As an FYI, 11 U.S. presidents from FDR to George W. Bush have graced the Time Magazine cover as Person of the Year, many of them more than once. Time Magazine's statement: in one of the craziest elections in American history, Barack Obama overcame a lack of experience, a funny name, two candidates who are political institutions, and a racial divide to become the 44th President of the United States. October 9th, 2009, the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to Barack H. Obama for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples. The Nobel Peace Prize, awarded to 126 Nobel laureates since 1901. A man of first. Barack Obama was the first African American to be president of the Harvard Law Review. In November 2004, he won the U.S. Senate race in Illinois, defeating Alan Keyes. It was the first time in history a Senate race had been between two African American candidates. August 27th and 28th, 2008, he was officially nominated and accepted the nomination for president on the Democratic ticket, becoming the first African American candidate in U.S. history to lead the majority party. January 17, 2009, he became the first African American to become president of the United States. Here's where the pride comes in. You would think this man is a personal friend of mine. He isn't, but I'm still so proud. Where did the prejudice come in? Remember, this is not a political diatribe, but the president spells out his mindset in his first book. Take a minute. Check it out. Whether you are a supporter or not, it would leave you more informed. And that is what this is about.